Hey guys, what is going on? This is Peteonthebeat. In this video I would like to take you through a simple back routine, and this video is basically related to my previous two videos, if I can put it like this. In these videos I talk a lot about the combination between the Omad 1 meal a day plan and the high volume resistant training. So in this video I would like to show you a simple back routine. The whole routine is based around a lot of volume, a lot of isolation movements, pre-exhaustion, a lot of sets, a lot of reps. It's not based around moving a lot of weight. This is not my primary focus. Getting a lot of blood into a particular muscle area that I train is my main priority. This is why I go to the gym, and I basically use the workouts and the training as a tool to get like all of the nutrients from my 1 meal a day into the muscles and whatnot. So without further ado, I would like to start the explications for the training and whatnot. But before this, I would like to point out that I always start my training sessions with a little bit of ab training and a little bit of calf training. There are two reasons for this. And the first one is the fact that I feel like I'm able to warm my whole body before the actual training session. And the second thing is because I really feel like I need to do more calves and I really want to improve my calves. So this is why I do them in the beginning of probably 90% of my training sessions. So anyway, now we can begin with the first exercise. The first exercise is a pullover on a cable pullover with this particular bar. I'm not familiar with the actual name of the bar, but it really reminds me an easy bar, so I'm gonna call it an easy bar. So as you can probably see, I use pretty wide grip, probably the widest possible grip for this bar. And the other thing that I would like to make you pay attention to is the fact that I keep my torso stabilized, I avoid any form of swinging and that kind of stuff, and my back is arched during the whole movement. This is something that you're gonna see on everything I do in this and on my other training session, and this is key factor because this is the best way to get the most out of your movement. This is the best way to actually really isolate this particular muscle area and basically try to throw as much blood as possible. The other thing that I would like to point out for this particular exercise is the fact that I really try to get deeper stretch at the top of the movement, so pay attention to this one. 5 to 6 sets, 12 to 15 reps with all of the movements that I do on this and my other training sessions. I always try to keep the rest periods, not the rest pauses, but the rest periods between the sets as short as I can. Basically, I always try to keep the intensity as high as I can, and I prefer to move pretty quickly between the exercises and between the sets. This is what works for me, and I definitely recommend you to keep the intensities as high as you can. The pumps are insane. So the second movement is the wide grip pull down. As you can probably see, I again keep my torso stabilized, I avoid any form of swinging. My back is arched during the whole movement, during all of the sets. But there are some other details that I would like to really make you pay attention to because they are extremely important. You can take this as a tip because I feel it's an extremely important and useful tip. You can use it yourself. So first one is the fact that I always touch my upper chest with the bar. I'm not so sure if you're gonna be able to see this on the footage that I provide with this video, but I always touch my upper chest with the bar. This really gives me the ability to get a bigger contraction, and it's a lot more painful. The whole movement, it's a lot more painful. And the other thing is I really try to get a really deep stretch at the top of the movement. And the third thing basically is the fact that I avoid any form of rest poses. I know a lot of people are big on rest poses, but I do like straight 12 to 15 reps. So basically what I prefer to do and what I recommend you to do is to stick with like straight 12 to 15 reps, constant tension on the muscle, full range of motion. Keep your mind on the muscle that you're training, the legs, and try to throw as much blood as you can. The other thing that I would like to really make you pay attention to is the fact that again I do not use a lot of weight. The weights that I use are like light to moderate, and I would like to also point out that for me the weight is just a tool to get the resistance and to get the proper stimulation for the particular muscle group. Third exercise on the same pull down with the same bar, with the same grip. It's basically the behind the neck, another favorite of mine, probably one of my all-time favorites. I use the same principles. My torso is pretty stabilized. My back is arched, as you can probably see. Full range of motion, 12 to 15 reps. I hit my traps with the bar. I do believe this makes difference. I do believe this gives me the ability to get like a full range of motion. So before we move to the fourth exercise, I would like to point out that you can definitely alternate between different grips, and what I mean by this is you can switch things up on a few back training sessions. For example, you can do 3 workouts with the widest possible grip, then you can move on to a more narrow type of grip. This basically will give you the ability to really figure out what works best for you, and this way you're gonna be able to get the best of both worlds, if I can put it like this. So after this we are moving to the fourth exercise, which is on the same machine, on the same cable, but pay attention to this one. This is with a different grip, the classical close grip, pull down. I use the same principles again, nothing too crazy, like light to moderate weight, straight 12 to 15 reps, 5 to 6 sets. I keep the rest periods as short as I can, full range of motion. And the other thing that I would like to really make pay attention to is the fact that I really try to get the deeper stretch at the top of the movement. And on the other hand, even with this grip, with the close grip, I touch my upper chest with each and every rep. You're gonna be able to see this. I'm pretty sure I filmed it and you're gonna be able to see it. So after those 5 to 6 sets, I went straight to another favorite of mine, seated cable row. And here, guys, I would like to share with you an amazing tip. I'm pretty sure I talk about this in some of my previous back training videos, but this is extremely important and this makes huge difference. This basically changes everything. This basically changes the whole quality of the movement, in my personal opinion. Instead of using the typical close grip that I just used on the close grip pull down, I definitely recommend you to try to use like 2 crossover handles. You're gonna be able to see this on the footage that I provide with this video. So when you use the 2 handles instead of the typical close grip, you're gonna be able to twist your hands like this. This is one of my favorite things, especially with the back training. Twist your hands and twist the handles like this at the bottom of the movement. Believe it or not, it makes the whole movement a lot more painful. The stretch is amazing, in my personal opinion. It's really painful. It's a lot more pain with the 2 handles, but this actually gives me like an addition to the whole range of motion. I cannot explain, but it's really good. I definitely recommend you to try it. It's amazing. And the other thing that I prefer to do is I keep the lower portion of my back slightly arched, but on the other hand I keep the upper portion of my back slightly bent. Again, 12 to 15 reps, constant tension on the muscle, full range of motion. So the other thing that I would like to really make you pay attention to is the fact that even with the 2 handles, even on the seated rows, I always touch my abs with each and every rep. So after these 2-handled close grip rows, we are moving straight to the first compound movement. But in the end of the day, again, I do not move a lot of weight. As you can probably see, I do like 1 plate on side, nothing too crazy. My focus is on the contraction. My back is arched. I avoid any swinging. This is the bent barbell row. A lot of people call this the king of all back exercises. I prefer to keep like 1 compound movement, even when I do a lot of volume with mostly machines and mostly cables. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. As you can probably see, only 1 plate on each side. I did 10 to 12 reps, pretty short rest periods, and then I finished the whole session with deadlifts. I know the deadlifts are compound movement, but here I would like to point out that first of all, I do not deadlift free weight. I deadlift on Smith machine. And the second thing that I would like to point out is the fact that I always shorten my movement by adjusting the Smith machine. So this basically gives me the ability to avoid any glute stimulation. I always avoid any glute stimulation. I don't want to develop big butt. This is more for the gals. And yeah, this is basically the whole routine. Again, fairly lightweight, as you can probably see. 10 to 12 On some sets I did like 8 reps, 225 was the max, but the stimulation was insane. I already had my back full of blood, and this basically is a great finisher in my personal opinion. So yeah guys, this is basically it. This is the type of training that I prefer to combine with the Omad. This is what gives me the best results. I definitely encourage you to give this thing a try. I definitely encourage you to apply these methods or this type of training, if I can put it like this, to your already well developed 1 meal a day plan that is based around whole foods and healthy products and whatnot. So yeah, I hope you find this video helpful and useful. If so, please do not hesitate to click on the thumbs up button down below. If you're interested in more videos like this or Omad videos or whatever, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Maybe give me some comments down below, maybe share the video. I'll be so happy if you do this. So yeah guys, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more. Have a nice one. Peace and I'm out.